So I'll preface this video today with something from my personal background, because if I don't, I'm going to get a bunch of people jumping on me in the comments saying that I'm calling out or singling out a certain class of people, and I'm not. But today's story through Starbucks relates to what I want to share with you. Before I start, I used to be about 70 pounds heavier than I am right now. Yes, I lost about 70 pounds, give or take, maybe even a little bit more, over a several year period. About 5 years ago, made a decision that needed to change some things. So I was, by all definitions, given my height, 6'2", my weight at the time, I was by all definition, probably considered, obese. I pick up a 70-pound weight now. I think about what my heart was carrying, and how much harder my heart and my organs were having to work because of that weight. And with a young family, that's one reason why I made the decision to get the weight off, self-confidence, whole host of things. But that's the backdrop before I start today's story. Let me share something with you. And I stole this from my buddy Mike. He posted on his Instagram story, I think today. He won't sue me because I'm his lawyer. In 1990, 0 states in the United States had obesity rates over 20%. Now, today, no states have obesity rates less than 20%. Let that sink in for a second. That was 2018, okay, actually not today, but it's worse today, okay? Think about that. I went to high school in the mid-80s, 84 to 88. I didn't have very many friends of mine that were, I would consider, big kids, or we say weight challenge now, whatever. And, now, the exception or the rule is that so many of these kids are well beyond their proper weight categories, right? So let me show this guy right here, and calling him out a little bit, because what gave me the thought for today's story is having a discussion with my wife and my daughters about this. I had no idea, and so it's something that I wanted to put out there. This guy, Brian Nichol. He is the CEO and he is the chairman of Starbucks. Okay, he just took over in September of 2024, just about a year ago. There's all this stuff about him trying to turn around the company and get it back to some of the things that made it, successful in the past. This guy was born in 1974. He's 51 years old. He's 4 years younger than me, which means that sorry, the camera's shaking. It's on a little tripod here on a box. Not my normal routine. But when he was a freshman in high school, I was a senior, right? So we grew up in the same basic time frame, 70s, 80s, 90s, okay? I'm sure he would, if he listened to this, he would attest to the same thing I'm going to tell, what I just shared with you, that there's been a massive decline in the health and weight of our younger generation. But it's not just, the younger people, it is also the older people. So before I jump into a story that came out today and the Starbucks issue, I want to first say, please subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, I do appreciate you guys very much. So in discussing these drinks with my family, I'm informed that Starbucks only offers, as part of all their amounts of drinks they put together, these frozen concoctions, their coffees, their teas, all that stuff, they offer one sugar-free alternative for people to use or to order in these drinks, okay? And that is sugar-free vanilla. They roll out holiday drinks, their pumpkin stuff, fall, right? Then they roll out winter peppermint stuff. They don't have, from what I'm informed, sugar-free, any of that stuff. You can get sugar-free vanilla. Most of these specialized, let's say, holiday drinks or seasonal drinks don't even use vanilla. So what's happening? Well, these people are ordering these drinks right now. Just to give you an example, one right now they're publicizing is a mocha cookie crumble frappuccino, a blended beverage, venti, 24 ounces, caramel drizzle, pumpkin spice topping, 2 pumpkin sauce, double pumpkin sauce, and double white chocolate mocha sauce. These things have, and again, you can check me on the statistics, but some of these drinks have like 1,000 calories or more and like, 100 grams of sugar. So, I mean, it's a massive amount of calories these people are taking, adults and younger people, taking into their diet every single day, okay? So there's another one, the iced white chocolate mocha, 24 ounces again, pumpkin spice topping, pumpkin cream cold foam, okay, and line the cup with caramel sauce, all right? You can just go through the menu, it's endless. So out of, and the reason why I wanted to call on Brian Nichol as the CEO of Starbucks is I know that many of the competitors, I'm informed, offer sugar-free alternatives for their consumers. So they can, get some of these special drinks, enjoy them without packing down 1,000 calories or more and 100 grams of sugar and destroying, their bodies with this stuff. Okay, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just sharing some information with you. And the story I saw at Zero Hedge today, I think is really telling. Okay, and it feeds back to the photo I just shared you from my buddy Mike. And this is the comfortable collapse. Today, Zero Hedge, how America learned to pretend obesity is normal. Okay, walk into any American airport today and pause, look around, and the travelers waiting at the gate, the families queuing for fast food, the crowds rushing past. You're looking at a country that our grandparents would not recognize. In less than 3 generations, right? The very shape of the American body has shifted so dramatically that what once would have been regarded as rare or concerning is now routine. Airplane seats have been widened. Retail clothing racks have been extended. Mannequins have been reshaped. Soda cups have been enlarged. Entire industries have been recalibrated to accommodate a physiology that is neither healthy nor sustainable. Okay, and we talk about, of course, they talk about how the culture insists that this shift is normal. The data tells a story with clarity. In 1960, listen to this, the average American man weighed 166 pounds, while the average woman weighed 140 pounds. By 2002, men averaged 191 pounds and women 164 pounds, gains of more than 20 pounds per person in a single generation. Height increased by about 1 inch, but during the same period, which is nowhere near enough to explain the mass increase. Obesity prevalence, once a marginal condition, ballooned in parallel. In the early 1960s, only 13% of adults met the criteria for obesity. By 2010, that figure had reached 36%. Today, more than 40% of American adults live with obesity. It's not a slight cultural shift. It is a wholesale population level transformation visible everywhere and confirmed by every credible data set. And it says the costs, right? The annual medical expenditures attributable to obesity are estimated $173 billion in the United States. Adults with obesity generate on average nearly $1,900 more in healthcare costs per year than their normal weight peers, okay? They do not reflect the lost productivity, shortened lifespans, military unfitness, or the millions of families silently managing the downstream complications, diabetes, heart disease, liver failure, sleep apnea, infertility, and several types of cancer, okay? And the per capita daily caloric availability in the United States increased by more than 20% between 1970, the year I was born, and 2010, a surge driven by the consumption of processed, shelf-stable, calorie-dense foods. Okay, and I would add these, frozen, these blended concoctions that are being made by companies, huge companies, and put it on their social media as try this as a new fall drink, the new winter drink that have massive amounts of sugar. Okay. And massive amounts of calories. Okay, there are alternatives. All I'm suggesting is that a company and I'm not weighing in on the politics of Starbucks. That's not where I'm going with that here at all. I'm just saying, look at when you've got available options on the marketplace for sugar-free options, healthier options that you can put into these publicized, drinks. Why don't these people, adults, young people, have the option, right? What is preventing it when you have a company like some of these other coffee companies you've got the ability to pick many sugar-free options, right? For example, I understand Dutch Brothers offers a whole bunch of drinks like this, and you can get a whole host of different flavorings that are sugar-free, all right? So I just wanted to discuss this today because I was shocked when I heard from my daughters that Starbucks didn't have, more sugar-free options available in their drinks. Okay, yet on their social media, they are suggesting that all of these new ongoing concoctions, especially during the holidays, be sucked down by people. And it is very concerning. Again, somebody who through just self-determination and sheer will got myself off of that track and onto another track, a different track, a much healthier track, okay, which lowered blood pressure, lowered cholesterol, lowered all my bad counts, right? But anyway, when you've got a company like Starbucks, there's one on every, sometimes there's, more than one on every corner, in every city in the country. Guys, come on over to Starbucks. Brian, you're, early 50s guy. You grew up in the same generation, same time frame. We've got to get this problem solved. I would appreciate if you guys would share this video. Yeah, it has nothing to do really with economics, other than the fact that the drain on the system relative to additional medical care costs does have an effect on all of us, okay? Because it flows downhill, all right? And it has a huge impact on families' economics as well if they're doling out money for emergency room visits, things like that stem from just simply being overweight. Thanks for listening a bit longer than normal for today's video. If you enjoy the content, please leave me a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Leave your thoughts and comments. All right, this is meant to be just a call to action from somebody who has gone through it and has made some changes. But we need guys like Brian Nicole or Brian Nickel, on board. Okay, on board 100%, offering alternatives so these people can still enjoy these drinks, the ones they're out there pushing, but have them with maybe 10% or less of the calories, and the sugar, things like that. All right, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.